Well, I was born and raised here in Boise, Idaho, local. I like to call myself a native. Um, Raised by my mom, my grandparents, two little sisters. Um, Very family oriented. Lived on the Boise bench my entire life. My first job, I was taking care of old people in an old folks home, and did not really like that too much. I was working really hard and too early on the weekends, especially being in high school. Away from that, I finally got to like the restaurant industry, and I worked at a local restaurant around here, and I did that for about 5 years. Outside of work, I typically am either hanging out with my girlfriend and kid or playing video games. Honestly, I just really like to relax. My goal in life, obviously, was to be a professional athlete, as every athletic boy wants to be, whether it would have been baseball or football. Unfortunately, neither case worked out for me. It happens, though. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. So I decided I wanted to get into sales, and I was already in the restaurant game, so I was busting tables. I was in high school, and I was like, okay, well, I want to be a waiter or server. So became a server, and I'd like to say I was pretty damn good at what I did. It was a lot of fun. I really got a lot of experience into just kind of like, not necessarily busting down doors like a Kirby salesman, you know what I mean? But all I'm doing all day is breaking the ice to 10s, 20s, 30s of tables, you know what I mean? Just trying to make my own buck. And when you're serving, especially in Idaho at least, because in Idaho, the minimum wage for servers is $3 and some change. You really do rely on that tip. So you really got to bring the charisma. You got to make them have a good time. And my most important goal when I was in the restaurant was to make them come back, was the goal. Because if I can make them come back, odds are they were going to ask for me. And that really is what fueled my passion for wanting to get into sales. I want to say it was about like 368 days later. I finally looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, well, it's been a year. What are you going to do? And I text Motu. And I was like, hey, man, do you guys have any positions? And he told me, he's like, I don't know. I'm not going to be the one to hire you, though. You need to introduce yourself to Doug. Next day, I see a reservation on the list. It says Doug Campbell. They all come in, and it is a huge table. I want to say it was like 10 or 12 of them. And they're all coming in, and I'm introducing everyone. I'm feeling a little more comfortable because Motu's there, but also I kicked down doors all day. I was a waiter. All I had to do was break the ice. And so they're grilling me all day about questions on the menu. I'm answering all the questions. At the end of it all, we had a fun time. It was a blast. Everyone had a lot of fun. And Doug comes up to me, and he says, how much do you make here? I told him, and he said, really? I started laughing. He goes, okay. And he told me something that I couldn't say no to. I knew Drip Drop was going to be different than any other place I'd ever worked at. The first day I stepped in here, I met these two people. I met the whole sales floor, of course, but there were two people who really took me under their wing to train me. Their names are Lizzie and Kayla, and they really made me feel at home from the very first day. They still make fun of me about like these specific scenarios, but I remember I would always bring in these peanut butter crackers for breakfast, and every day for like a week I asked if anyone was allergic to peanuts, and they just started cracking up. They're like, dude, just eat your crackers. But regardless, I love them to death. We all upstairs decided to hang out all once a week together and just kind of get to know each other more, and we just kind of became a family. And starting on sales with my family, it kind of spread like a virus. I just wanted to get to know everyone around here more and more and more. Switching from one department to another has really helped with that, and I just love my Drip Drop family. Was in sales for, I want to say, about 9-ish months, and then it was Champs Chicago. I got introduced to a fella named Ernie, who I didn't know yet was going to be our new CMO about a week later. And I was asked to come to marketing, which I had no idea what marketing was, but I'm so glad I said yes. Is this something I can see myself doing for the rest of my life? Yeah, I have fun every day, but you never really know where the next day is going to take you. All I know is that I'm going to wake up tomorrow and still show up here with a smile on my face.